Alright, so this is the comparison between the C43 Coupe and the E53 Coupe. Alright, so I'm in a C43 AMG facelifted model, and I'm gonna be honest, this has the craziest ambient lighting system ever. Now, I know with Mercedes, they do have like a better ambient lighting system in the E-Class and the S-Class, but still, this being an entry-level car, it isn't bad. So when you go into the infotainment system, right now it's set to blue, like the typical Benz owner color, but by using this wheel, you can like scroll it to 64 different colors. So if you want it to be red, you put it on number 22, now it's red. You want it to be like purple, this is more of a hot pink color. You want it to be on purple, there we go, it's on purple now. And there's like endless different options for this. You can even have it on multicolor as well, but most people prefer to use just a single color. And the second thing that I like about this car is that oftentimes with cars, you need to like go into some menu to change your drive mode. With this, you can just do it from the steering wheel with the click of a button. You want to put it in sport mode, it's in sport mode. You want to put it in sport plus, it's in sport plus. And when you put it in sport plus, with the AMG Performance exhaust, which is an option on this car, the exhaust sounds nice. Not only is it loud, but it also sounds nice. And you can put it in individual. Then by using this side of the steering wheel, you can pretty much control your digital gauge cluster. So it's capacitive touch. You click it, go to designs. You want it to be sport, there's a sportier gauge cluster. You want it to be classic, you can put it on classic. Or what most owners do is put it on super sport, because that shows you much more information. Now this side of the steering wheel also has a touchpad. So this part you click to for configuration. So if you want to adjust your suspension, exhaust, auto start stop, or traction control, same with the other side. And once you have like 2 presets, you can press this button to toggle them on or off. And this side of the steering wheels is used to control your touchscreen. Now, yes, you can control the touchscreen with this rotary wheel or this touchpad, but why take your hands off the wheel when you can just like use the capacitive touch buttons on the steering wheel to control your infotainment system? This is one feature that I absolutely love about this car, so you don't have to take your hands off the steering wheel. Now this car also comes with a track pace app, which is kind of crazy considering this is only a 43 model. So you can like go to different racetracks, you can configure your own racetrack, or there's preloaded racetracks. Or there's also a drag race function in which you can measure your quarter mile acceleration and braking. Then there's telemetry, there's other options as well. However, with the AMG Performance exhaust, I still hate one thing, and that is this thing has a 4K rev limiter, which is kind of stupid. And there's no pops and bangs when you're revving it to 4K. Now I'm in the interior of the E53 Coupe, and since this is a more high-end car, this has better features compared to the C-Class. So first of all, with the digital gauge cluster and the infotainment screen, they're one big piece. The second thing is that this has much more ambient lighting than the C43. You have ambient lighting that goes all across the dash and on the doors as well. And just like with the C43, you can like choose between 64 different colors, and you can also like pick multicolor options as well. Now this, however, does not have the dials over here. So if you want to configure your like performance settings, you have to do it from these buttons over here to select your drive mode, or if you want to turn on the performance exhaust or turn off your auto start stop. However, the steering wheel is still the same as the C43. The right side is to control your infotainment system, and the left side is to control your digital dash. So if I go into, I don't know why it's not working. Sometimes, like, this is one thing I don't like about touch capacitive buttons. If they're too dirty, it could somewhat interfere with it. So press this, and classic, that's a classic gauge cluster, progressive, or sport. Me personally, I like progressive because it shows you all of your information over there. However, one thing I like in particular about this E53 is that it has the open pore black wood trim, which in my opinion is one of my personal favorite trims that you can get on Mercedes cars, because most of them come with gloss black, piano black trim, which scratches pretty easily. And if you're on a budget and you can't afford to spec in the carbon fiber trim, this is also a pretty good option as well. It gives the interior a really nice, luxurious look to it. All right, now I'm in Sport Plus and I'm gonna be giving it a few revs. Okay, this sounds much more nice than the C43. Like, it does have the limiter, but this one like has a much more louder exhaust on it. And another thing that I like on this car that the C-Class coupes don't have is that this has no B-pillar. So when you roll down all the windows, you have this giant opening. But however, there is a tiny quarter window in the back, which I don't understand why Mercedes did it. Probably so we can differentiate that this is an E-Class coupe, not a S-Class coupe. Let me know which one you'd rather have, the C43 coupe or the E53 coupe. This one has a 3-liter inline V6 engine that is pushing around 385 horsepower. This one has a 3-liter inline 6 paired up with a mild hybrid system, which stock pushes 429 horsepower. But since this one's tuned, it pushes 600 horsepower to the wheels.